Hey guys, so today we're actually reacting to the Honda electric lawnmower. I'm sure you know the one. Let's get into it. Honda Premium Residential Lawnmowers. Oh boy, here we go. That sounds expensive. Quality and performance. Honda delivers top quality push and self-propelled premium residential lawnmowers you can rely on. With innovative features designed to save you time and money, along with smart technology that simplifies your lawn mowing experience. Honda ensures every mower is a cut above the rest. Let's disseminate that a little bit, because they're telling you that you're going to save time and money using this mower. Well, you're not going to save any kind of money, because these mowers cost more than, well, they cost more than pretty much any gas-powered lawnmower you can buy. Let's just put it that way. Unless you start going to the commercial line, they actually cost more than pretty much any gas-powered mower you can buy. Even the cheapest, the cheapest battery electric by Honda costs more, well, than buying a Toro that has electric start, self-propelled, my pace, blah, blah, blah. You can buy a Toro for less than the cheapest battery electric mower. I'll show you. Take a look at this. First we'll start with the premium models. So here we have the premium models. The premium models, there's two of them, the first two on the left. Those ones are the battery ones, and they start at $1,515, and the next one is $1,795. So the cheapest is $1,500, and the next cheapest is $1,800 in Canadian pesos. $1,800 for a lawnmower. And you've got the gas powered on the far right. You've got the gas powered one with the hydrostatic, and it's $1,486. $1,486, $309 cheaper than the similar electric powered one. Let that sink in. So you buy a gas powered one, or you buy the electric one. Now the gas powered one is going to last at least minimum 10 years. That's pretty much guaranteed. You're guaranteed to, as long as you do oil changes and drain the gas every season, or let it run dry, guess what? That mower will not die. 10 years, easy. There's people that have Honda lawnmowers from the beginning of this century, and they're still running today. A friend of mine has a lawnmower from the early 90s. He's got a Craftsman, and it's got a Honda engine on it. And guess what? He's run it so much that he had to replace the spark plug. Like, he actually had to replace the spark plug because the electrode had burned itself out. There was nothing left. An electric's not going to do that. An electric is not going to last more than 5 to 7 years. And there's a reason why for that. Let's take a look. Before we go into the warranty section and how much batteries are, let's go into the cheaper side. Let's go look at the non-premium models of the Honda mowers, and then we're going to compare the Honda premiums, their gas powered versus their electric, for what you get and what you pay for. So let's take a look at the non-premium ones, the ones that the average person is going to buy as far as these Honda lawnmowers go. And you've got the first one on the left. It's the only one, is their electric model. And how much is it? How much is it in comparison to the gas model? Yeah, it's almost $400 more than the cheapest gas model. Almost $400 more. $1,235 for the cheapest electric model Honda, and then $855 for the cheapest gas-powered Honda. You can go to the most expensive non-premium gas mower by Honda, and you get self-propelled and electric start, and it's still $100 cheaper. You save $100 off the top. That alone right there, over 10 years of oil changes and fuel, which is about $70 of oil changes and fuel. If you do your own oil changes, you're looking at $70. That's it. That's 3 liters of fuel, so $4.50. 3 liters of fuel, $4.50, and 5 liters of engine oil over 10 years. 5 liters of engine oil. You actually don't. It's only 4 liters of engine oil. But over 10 years, 4 liters of engine oil, but it comes in a 5-liter jug. And 3 fill-ups. So 3 fill-ups is 3 liters, $1.50 per liter. So 3 liters of fuel, because it takes less than a liter of fuel to fill these things. So 3 liters of fuel for one season. So that's on the high side. 3 liters. That's on the high side. But either way, let's just make it easy. So $70 per year, or maximum, tops, That's not even per year. So $70 tops for 10 years of fuel, $45, $4.50 a year, and one jug of oil. One jug. That's it. One jug of oil. $24.88 at Walmart for 10W30. So let's take a look at the gas models, the ones on the right, versus the electrics, which are the ones on the left. These are the premium models, so we'll see how they compare. So if we look at the deck material is the same. I didn't expect that to be different. They look the same. So the deck type, height, everything, all that's going to be the same. Now, if we look at the bag capacity, you got 2.2 bushels for the electric, for both of them. And then here, you have 2.5 bushels on the gas. So already the gas is going to be bigger. The catch bag is going to be bigger on the gas than the electric. Go figure. But I mean, it's not significantly bigger. It's not going to be a game changer. Now let's take a look at the engine and drive system. This is where it actually gets interesting, because if you look at the two gas models, they say that they come with a GCV 200, whereas the electrics say they come with a electric that is comparable to the GCV 170. So it's less power. It's less power than the gas model. The gas model has a GCV 200 and the electrics are GCV 170. So I mean, right off the bat, you're already losing in the power of the engine. So if you look here, the displacement, you have 1.5 kilowatts. That's the engine's display, 1.5 kilowatts. And it says that it's comparable to the GCV 170. And then you've got the GCV 200, which is 202 cc's. It's bigger by 30, I think it's 34 cc's, because the 170, I think, is a 168 cc engine, and the 200 is a 202 cc engine. So it's bigger. So you're actually 34 cc's bigger and more power from the gas model than you'll get from the electric. It's just that simple. So this is where I start to mention about like the price of fuel and the price of oil, because here you can see that it's less than a liter for the gas tank. And let's say you filled that gas tank 3 times for the year at 3 liters. That's $4.50 at $1.50 a liter. $4.50. Let's call it 1 gallon. 1 gallon is basically 4 liters. And the average gallon is what, $3.80 a gallon? $3.50 a gallon? So over the entire 10 years you've had it, you've put 1 gallon of gasoline in there. So $5, not even $5. And then as far as oil goes, you get 1 5-liter jug, and that'll last you more than 10 years. It's a no-brainer. It's 12 years is what you'll get out of a 5-liter jug. 12 years at 400 mil, that's 4,800 mil. You'll still have 200 mil left, half a fill-up. 12 years you've now gone on $25 worth of oil, and call it $6 worth of fuel versus what you're paying for the electrics. So you can see here that the electrics they don't add up. They don't cut it. It's a no-brainer. You've already saved money. You cost you $30 less over 10 years for the gas-powered one than the electric. And that's if the battery for the electric lasts you 10 years. But it won't. 5 years is max. And the warranty tells you that. How do I know? Take a look at the warranty. The warranty says everything. Hey, okay, so I gotta quickly interject. I'm gonna let it play out, but I just need to correct one minor thing. And it's a 3-year warranty from the start with Honda. So you get a 3-year warranty on the mower. But the battery, you get a 3-year and that's it. You cannot extend the warranty on the battery because it's classified as a wear item. Therefore, you get a maximum 3-year warranty on the battery. That's it. Right, so I just brought up the 8 amp hour battery, and it says here up to 30 minutes of runtime, which means that the 12 amp hour battery has 45 minutes of runtime. So the maximum you can get if you pay $1,400 for the 2 batteries is an hour and a half, 90 minutes of runtime. That's it. That's the maximum you get. And that's really expensive. $1,400 to get 90 minutes of runtime. That's crazy. And it says nothing here as far as warranty. And the only thing I read was that Honda batteries have like a 3-year warranty on the lithium-ion battery. And that's it. You cannot extend the warranty on the battery, so you get 3 years. So even though you spent, let's say you bought the extended warranty so that you can have 6 years of warranty on your mower, that doesn't include the battery. The battery's stuck at 3 years. That's it. That's the maximum you get, 3 years, because it's classified as a wear item. The most expensive part of your mower is the battery, and that is classified as a wear item. And so when that fails, and it will, you're looking at 5 years before that for the battery to fail. You're stuck paying either $500 for half an hour or $700 for 45 minutes. Take your pick at this point. It's too much money. It's too much money. It is way overpriced. This is just dumb. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So you get the first section, which is the cheaper mowers, and you get a maximum of an extra 3 years for $178. So $178 for an extra 3 years to get 4 years warranty, because it comes with the 1 year, 12-month. It comes with the 12-month basic warranty. So you add another 3 years on top. So now you got 4 years warranty. Most lithium-ion batteries should not die within 4 years. That I know. In 4 years, they might have like maybe 10% degradation, maybe 15 at most by 4 years. By 5 years, this is when you're going to start to notice a degradation in 5 years. And you're out of warranty. You've been out of warranty now for a year. So guess how much you have to look at for spending on a battery. And that's not even the extended warranty on the premium models. Like, who's going to spend $400 for an extra 4? Well, I guess there are going to be people. But for an extra 3 years, you're going to spend an extra $400 for an extra 3 years. That doesn't even cover the price of a battery. The cheapest battery is $500. The cheapest battery is $504. The next one up is $700. So the basic runtime may be about half hour, 45 minutes, $500. The next one up, $700. And that gives you an extra, what, 50%? So 45 minutes gives you an extra 50%, extra 20 minutes, 21 minutes of runtime. A little over an hour. So let's call it an hour and 10 minutes, just for simple sakes. So an hour and 10 minutes of runtime. Throw in 2, now you've got 2 hours and 20 minutes. But that's $1,500 almost in batteries. For 2 12-amp-hour batteries, you've almost bought, actually you have, just the basic lawnmower, just the basic Honda lawnmower. To get two batteries, you have spent more than an entire another lawnmower. Heck, $700, you can almost buy a brand new gas model by Honda for $704. In fact, check out this Toro. This Toro at Cooey Brothers, which is in Toronto, I know exactly where they are, I know the guys there, $880 in Canadian pesos, is all Canadian pesos, $880 for a Toro, and it's self-propelled, electric start, self-pace, comes with a bag, and it's a Toro. $880. $880. Still cheaper than anything other than the cheapest gas model that Honda has. And the cheapest gas model does not give you electric start, and it does not give you self-propel. Honda's not saving you anything. Honda is costing you money. You buy the electric, it's going to cost you even more. Just buy the Toro. And it's not that I'm just like, oh, I'm all gas and everything else. Electric does have some value. I mean, electric leaf blowers are great. I have no problems with an electric leaf blower. Those are actually decent. I have no problems with those. Especially with an electric leaf blower. I mean, you can throw it in your car and use it. You know, you go out, come back to your car, and it's covered in snow. Well, your snow brush is inside the car, or you have a leaf blower inside the car. You can grab that leaf blower, the electric one, just blow off the snow. Then you don't even have to worry, and you're not going to get the snow all over you. Because whenever you're pushing on it, there's a good chance that you get the snow on you. Like, yes, I know you'll still need the scraper if there's ice on your window, but I mean, if you go, let's say you just go out shopping, you come back and you're like, oh crap, my car's covered in snow. Instead of grabbing your snow brush, you just grab the battery-powered leaf blower and beep, done. Cleaned off your car. It's a lot of fun that way. I prefer doing it with the leaf blower instead of the brush. I mean, I've used the brush a few times and I've ended up with snow all down in my sleeve, and that's not fun. When your snow is all down, you get pretty cold that way. It's not fun. With the blower, it just goes all away from you. Now, of course, if you're blowing into the wind, it all comes back in your face. That's not so much fun. Ask me how I know, right? But yeah, so you get this Toro, $880. Now let's take a look at an electric. This is the electric that I used to have. This one right here, this Sunjo. Take a look at that. This one here, I'm going to do a cut.
So what would you do if this happened to you? I was mowing my lawn and ended up bumping the side into a fence. But this wouldn't be a cause for concern with the metal deck mower. The side of the mower ended up deforming when I bumped the fence, causing it to enter the path of the blade. So, as you can see here, it took a chunk out. But that's not all. This blade adapter, it's made entirely of plastic too. Plastic, when it ages, becomes very brittle. When this part breaks, it's a non-serviceable part. So, the mower becomes junk. But it gets worse. This battery is no longer manufactured. Once this battery will no longer hold a charge, this entire mower becomes garbage. So much for being green.
And as you saw in that video, I bumped the fence with this and it deflected the body into the path of the spinning blade. So the blade's now connecting with the plastic body. So imagine this plastic was, say, a few years older and had been sun bleached and destroyed by the UV rays. And now it was brittle and it got hit by that blade. You'd have a blowout. So now you get this big section of plastic flying out from your mower and you have an exposed spinning blade. How is that safe? Plus, the blade adapter and fan are plastic. They're plastic. Plastic gets pretty brittle with age. And you're spinning a blade on that. So I mean, ask any BMW owner if it comes to doing any kind of engine work. You're almost guaranteed. You go in there and it pop up. That connector's broken. That's gonna be $300. Go to change another. Pop. Oops. That connector broke. Oh, there's another $300. Next thing you know, you've got like 6 connectors all broken on that stupid engine, and all you wanted to do was like change your air filter, and you're looking at like a $700 repair to change an air filter because it's all brittle plastic. It's gotten a little bit older and it's gone brittle. The same thing happens with these. Exact same thing happens. And when I had this, I also had this guy here, a battery powered snowblower. And they were great when I first got them. They really were. The battery powered lawnmower, lightweight, easy to push. And for the lawn that I had, it did okay. It did okay. Like my back lawn, my front lawn. My back lawn now, it's mostly trees and shrubs, so there's not really much of a lawn to cut. But in the front, there is. There's a little, you see it all the time in my videos. And the little electric one, it did okay. It really did okay. On pretty much one charge, I could do the rear yard and the front yard, and then the battery was completely flat. So that would take me roughly about half hour to 45 minutes. And I had the electric snowblower. So during the winter, instead of me just putting the battery to 50% charge and letting it sit for the winter and making sure it doesn't get too low, I had the snowblower as well. So I would use it in the winter as well. So the battery's getting used in the summer and the winter without any real storage. Best case scenario for lithium ion battery, because that's kind of what they excel at, is being used again and again and again. They're kind of pretty good that way. But within 5 years, I'm blowing powder, about 3 to 4 inches of powder, which this thing is great. If you're blowing powder or even a little bit of compacted snow, this snowblower is pretty good. For the average person blowing a small driveway, their walkway, stuff like that, this thing was great. It would do a really good job blowing powder, stuff like that. About 4 or 5 years in, I started noticing something rather interesting about this blower. It would actually cut out while it's blowing. So I'm just pushing it along, do-si-do-si-do, blowing it down, and sure enough, it stops. Why? Why did you stop blowing? You're blowing powder. I'm not trying to blow slush and ice and heavy stuff with it. It was just powder, and it would cut out. So I'd stop it, and I'd try again. And it would run for a little bit, and then it would stop. And then it would run for a little bit and stop. I thought, okay, so I guess the battery's starting to get a little bit low. This battery is $350. $350 to replace this battery. Now you can't get it anymore. They don't make this battery. So now what? Can't get this battery. It's defunct. It's discontinued. So you can't get it. It's now a throwaway item. In fact, electric lawnmowers, electric everything is basically throwaway. Electric cars, throwaway. A disposable $50,000 on an electric car or more, and it's a disposable item. We used to spend what, $15,000 on a car, and we would try to fix it as much as possible and make it last as long as possible. We don't do that anymore. We throw away cars. Oh, sorry, that part's no longer serviceable. Like that, what, 2025 Silverado? You have the guy that's trying to, I can't remember what he was doing, but he broke the door handle. That is not actually uncommon. You break a door handle, it was a $20 part. You didn't worry too much. You're like, oh crap, I broke it. Call the dealership. They usually had one in stock, little chrome door handle, you pop it in. It's an unfortunate circumstance that happened. You broke it, but no big deal. You lose a little tiny bit of money. Fast forward to 2025 for that Silverado. There's no door handle. You have to buy the whole door card at more than $500. And this is US dollars, so it's actual real money. $500 US to replace the whole door card. And on top of that, heaven forbid that door switch for the window motor, for the window regulator to move the window up and down, heaven forbid that thing gets wet and damaged. Guess what? It's molded into the door. So you have to replace the whole door card for a $20 window switch. $20 handle or in a $20 window switch, and you have to replace the whole $500 door card.
$500 to replace a door handle. Yes, you heard that right. This is $500 to replace this door handle right here. It turns out this door handle is all part of the door card.
Sorry about the little bit of a tangent, but disposable garbage. That's what we're being sold today. Tons of plastic, but you can't have a plastic bag when you go shopping. And they're disposable. Battery electric stuff is disposable. New gasoline cars are disposable. Nothing is serviceable. Everything in the engine is plastic. Plastic oil pans, plastic oil drains, plastic control arms. Everything has gone plastic. They say it's for the environment. How? Plastic doesn't biodegrade. Metal? Leave a piece of metal outside in the dirt for 10 years. You come back, you're almost guaranteed that metal, unless it's stainless steel, really good stainless steel, that metal will have become degraded. There may be holes in it. Just look on Facebook Marketplace at like people with 5-10-year-old lawnmowers trying to sell them for $150 because we know what we got. Meanwhile, there's a hole in the side of it as if it just hit the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. I mean, seriously. But that right there shows that the metal eventually will return back to the earth. Plastic doesn't. You can take plastic, leave it out in the sun for decades, come back to it. Maybe it's a little brittle from the UV damage, but aside from that, it's fine. The plastic's still plastic. It hasn't degraded, other than maybe a little brittle, so you can break it up with your hands. You see that with rubber hoses. You see that with plastic parts. Broken like nothing. But it's still plastic, hasn't biodegraded. The metal disappears into nothing. You look down, you're like, oh, there's a little bit of a red spot here where the metal used to be. That's because metal eating bacteria, microbes, they eat iron. It happened, we enjoyed it. It was a great meal for them. They were able to turn it into energy, and they returned it back to the soil. Metal disappears in years. Plastic doesn't. And we're being told a lie. A complete lie about all this nonsense. Sorry about my rant, but this is actually seriously affecting everybody. This is putting insurance prices up. This is putting cost of vehicles. This is taking your wages and making them even smaller and smaller and smaller, because all this stuff that is non-serviceable is taking a larger chunk of the money that you have and throwing it out the window. For what? I mean, you might as well just set the money on fire. At least if you're burning your money, at least you're getting something out of it. You're getting a little bit of warmth. But this way, you're just taking it and you're just throwing it into the wind and letting it blow away for whoever it is that wants to collect it later down the road. That's basically what we're doing with this battery electric stuff. Either way, I got rid of my battery stuff about 7 years after I got it in 2017. And then in 2024 is when I officially got rid of it all. I have one last battery electric thing, and that's a trimmer. And honestly, I am planning on getting rid of that. I don't like it. I really don't like the battery electric stuff. I have no problems with battery electric leaf blowers. As I said, you can put them in your car and use them to blow off the snow. But for some of this other stuff, lawnmowers, people treat their lawnmowers like crap already. And now you're adding lithium ion. You're just adding a fire risk. A big fire risk. Because people don't take care of their gasoline stuff as is, and you expect them to take care of lithium ion, which actually has a known fire risk, even while charging, not charging, discharging, whatever. It could be just sitting there, and the batteries can burn all on their own. That's just what happens is lithium ion. I don't know what to tell you. It's a chemical reaction. There's no stopping the process. Once it starts to thermally run away, there's no stopping it. It's just going to burn. Either way, let's go back to what we were talking about as far as these Honda lawnmowers and why I think they're completely useless. Here's a DeWalt with a gas-powered engine. $7.99. How is this going to not save you time and money when you compare it to the Honda, especially the electric ones? The electric ones, the battery dies. Let's say you bought the battery one, came with one battery, and it's not quite enough to do your lawn. Now you want to get a second battery so you can complete your lawn. $500 for the cheapest battery. Look at this, $800 for DeWalt. $800. So you've already paid basically twice for this DeWalt. You've paid twice, and this one has electric start, and well, I guess it doesn't have electric start, it's pull start, but big deal. You can get one with electric start, the Toro, for $100 more. But this one is self-propelled, pull start, electronic governor, so it'll ramp up the speed if you end up going over a heavier section of grass or whatever. This will ramp up the speed for you. It's because it's electronically governed, just like the electric one's going to do. But the difference is the electric, as soon as it goes into boost mode, it is using a lot more of your battery power than this gas will use of gas power. You're not going to use more than maybe 3 tanks of gas for a season on average. Even if you use 4, it's still cheaper to have the gas model, no matter what. You could use 10 tanks of gas every single year. 10 tanks of gas every year. And it'll still be cheaper to run the gas model than the electric. People think, oh, but then I don't have to do oil changes. I don't have to worry about fuel. Do you really think gas and oil is going to cost you an extra $400, $500, $600 over the long run for cutting your lawn? Like, how are you doing math? Like, how is this math working in your head that's as bad as girl math? It just doesn't work. I'm just a girl. Yeah, that's girl math. It doesn't work. It never does. You're repeating the stupidity of that same phrase. Oh, I'm just a girl. Yeah, okay. So $800 for a lawnmower versus say $1,200. How is the mathing? Seriously, you're going to spend way more just on the mower than on this one with gas and oil, even over 10 years. You're not going to make it 10 years on the battery one because you're going to have to buy a new battery. And then it's like, oh, well, the battery costs almost half of what the mower may cost. I might as well just buy a new mower. And people do that. People do that. Like this one, the Sunjo. People do that. You know how many of these I used to see for sale? Just the mower itself, the 40-volt mower. Why? Because the battery died. And it was cheaper to buy the mower as a kit with the battery and charger and then sell the mower separate to recoup the cost. And guess what? On average, the battery and mower, like the whole kit, let's say it was $499. This one's $599 because it's been a while. It's been a couple years. But $499 for the mower and the battery and the charger. You sell the mower on its side for $250, even $200. So now that battery and charger cost you $200. You can even sell it mower and charger, no battery. Why no battery? You just say, oh, the battery was dead and we don't want to replace it. You sell it for cheap, $200. People come out and like, oh, great, whatever. Maybe they have one. Maybe they have one and it died, or they needed parts. That's fine. But you end up with an overabundance of mowers, but not batteries. So you have all these extra mowers and less batteries to power those mowers because people are buying the battery with the mower and then getting rid of the mower. So you have an abundance of mowers that are basically garbage. They're basically buying things for garbage. And those batteries, they're all encased in plastic. All these mowers are all plastic other than the handles and the blade. But the rest of it's plastic. And we're not saving anything. We're not saving the environment. Everything's plastic. The lithium-ion batteries are throwaway. I don't know. This is just dumb. This whole thing with this battery nonsense is it's dumb. This green initiative is dumb. I don't know. Anyway, guys, enough of my rant. This is just crazy talk. I think that this whole battery electric stuff is just stupid because it costs more and it's disposable. Gas-powered stuff can last for decades. Electric stuff, 1 decade, that's it. Guaranteed 1 decade you're having to replace it. Electric cars. Not a single electric car on the road from 10 years ago is still on the road. Well, I can't say not a single one. I'm sure there's a few here and there. But the vast majority of 10-year-old electric cars are long gone off the road. Just simply because their batteries are failing or they were really, really poor batteries. And they're all off the road. 10 years. My car is 10 years old. My wife's car is 13 years old. Still on the road. No problems. Electric? No. They're gone. I see cars that are like 15, 20, 30 years old, still driving today. But I guarantee you we will not see 10, 15, 20-year-old electric cars on the road. They're too much to run. It costs way too much to run an electric car 10 years down the road, because now you're looking at replacing the battery and you're not getting the same range because the battery's degraded. At least 30% degraded in 15 years. 20 years, who knows? 50% degradation in 20 years? 70% degradation in 20 years? Who's going to replace that battery at $15,000 for a 15, 20-year-old car? $15,000, $20,000 for a battery. People don't even spend it on an engine. You buy a car with a bad engine for $700, $800, and then you drop a $4,000 used engine into it. $4,500, now you've got a car that's running perfectly fine. Still cheaper than electric. Anyway, guys, see you in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. Very much appreciate you watching all the way through. If you haven't already, give it a thumbs up. That does help the channel a lot, pushes this video out to more people, and lets them know, hey, guess what? This is actually a pretty good video. Also, if this isn't your first time here and you haven't already, maybe this video is the one where I've actually earned your subscription, and I would very much appreciate it if you would subscribe below. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it again. Watching all the way to the end of the video, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.